I don't know, wild, wonky, however you want to reference it, spring sprung on the western slope. So hazards page, a whole lot of color. I don't even know where to start. I do. Let's look at radar because we do have partly cloudy skies. We will continue to clear those skies tonight as this system exits, but really there's not much happening in those clouds, mostly along the mountain zones, just a scotch, a little bit of snow. And as a result, highlighted in purple or indigo, the central mountains, the northern mountain zones, winter weather advisory. That's going to go for another 6 hours, so through midnight tonight. So if you are traveling, even 1 to 2 inches of snow falling out of the sky, even fresh snow on the side of the road in these mountain corridors. You have the element of strong wind, and that's what we have in these higher elevations. And then you have whiteout conditions, you have low visibility conditions, you have difficulty driving conditions. So please take it cautiously as you head through these mountain corridors, whether it's the interstate or a Colorado State highway. Take it easy. Also, freeze warning. With the winter weather, we get colder temperatures. So getting into tomorrow morning, the Grand Valley upgraded from a watch to a warning. And I've been looking at the temperatures right around 3 a.m. We're still, and this is specific to the Grand Valley, especially the growth zones, but even at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're still going to be above freezing. So that dip below sub-freezing, that dip, it's only a small window, so that is something you need to be mindful of. I don't know if you're going to turn your irrigation on or you're going to cover your plants, but specifically the peaches and the apricots and the cherries in our orchards, that's something we're going to be paying attention to. I know a lot of orchard growers have their alarms set for 28 degrees, and that's what gets their attention in the wee hours of the morning. It'll be short-lived, but we'll get another blast Thursday with the cold temperatures, and then getting into the weekend, we do recover. But one of the things you've been feeling throughout the day is the wind. Now, we have high wind warnings in the northwest corner of Colorado. That includes Rangeley and Meeker, but the Grand Valley, the I-70 corridor, all the way into Eagle County, Highway 50 through Delta, Montrose, all the way through the Gunnison Valley, we have this wind advisory through 9 p.m. tonight, and as such, 35 and 45 mile per hour winds have been common, and stronger wind gusts. Right now we have these wind speeds anywhere from 20 to almost 35 miles per hour. Top wind gusts of the day so far, 45, 50 miles per hour. In fact, I grabbed a couple of top wind gusts throughout the region. Further to the north, Meeker, Craig, Rifle Rangeley, 50 and 60 mile per hour winds. The exception would be Gypsum in Eagle County with 60. And then we get a little bit closer to home, and I know these numbers don't jibe, Grand Junction and Montrose. We've been updating this system periodically throughout the afternoon, but 40s and 50 mile per hour gusts for many of our viewers. So I've seen a lot of dust today. I've seen a lot of debris moving through the streets, and we're going to keep the wind going tonight. We'll keep 35 and 45 mile per hour wind gusts through the evening hours. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll get more wind going, just not nearly as strong. We'll be looking at the 25 to 35 mile per hour zone. Still, though, the temperature is quite mild today. We're expecting the colder temperatures this evening, in fact, into tomorrow morning, because now the cold front itself just east of the state. So we're lingering barely with snow in the mountains. There's not a lot left. What we do have are the strong winds today. Local wind advisories again through tonight, 9 p.m., but that doesn't mean the wind machine's going to stop. And with those winds, when you get that downslope on the front range, it gets warmer, it gets drier, and then you have other hazards. So likely we'll see some red flag warnings into Nebraska, Kansas, eastern Colorado, but more importantly, I think we'll see the front range and the eastern plains in a dire situation with red flag warnings. Locally, we have that freeze warning for the Grand Valley. That is important. You might want to be mindful of any of your fragile plants tonight. Here are those low temperatures that we're expecting for tomorrow morning. Now, this is not a prolonged event of cold air. Again, it's a very short window, but it still is dipping sub-freezing. And in fact, the second morning, Thursday, we should go a little bit colder. Cooler tomorrow afternoon as we get into Wednesday. We'll see some sunshine. We'll feel that wind, just not as strong. And then the extended forecast, there's another cold morning Thursday. The extended forecast does jump Thursday, Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, near 80 degrees. That gets close to record territory for early April. We're looking at middle and lower 80s. And then with the ridge of high pressure building for the end of the work week, ridge of high pressure building into the weekend. Make plans now to get outside and play. Rob, Jocelyn, great conditions. I don't know if you're going to be in your yard or if you're going to be out cruising through western Colorado, but the conditions are going to be prime. Remember your sunblock. Even with the increase in cloud coverage for this late weekend period, you still will get sunburned. And with the arrival of another storm system for the beginning of next week, that would prompt another round of unsettled conditions that we could begin feeling in the form of added cloud coverage